Hey, hi guys, guys and girls. So today, this afternoon I had a lesson with my secretary student, and she seemed to have problems with this topic called cert. Okay, and that's why I want to make a video, and I want to demo with a question on cert, and hopefully with this video and all of you who have problems with cert or who want to learn about cert can have a better understanding. Okay, so let's look at the question. So the question says there's a triangle ABC such that its area is this. So you have a triangle. Okay, you have a triangle, and the area of this triangle is what? The area of this triangle is 1/4 9 plus square root 3, and you have the length of AB. So let me write down ABC. Okay, so you have a triangle ABC, and the length of AB is this, square root 3 plus 1. Okay, and you have the angle BAC. Where's BAC? BAC is 60. So clearly this angle is not 60, right? Is it? Okay, all let's assume this is 60. So if this is 60 and this has to be 30, okay, and then therefore this is 90, right? Okay, so without using a calculator, so you are not allowed to use a calculator. So how can you find the length? How can you find the length AC, which is here? Okay, so with this question, I think you have to be able to know that there are actually two formulas to find the area of triangle, right? There are two formulas to find the area of triangle. So let me erase this first. So there are two formulas to find the area of triangle. So one of them is half times the base times the height, right? And the other one is slightly more complicated if you learn about trigonometry. So the other one is half times AB times sine angle C. Okay, so I'm going to use the second method to solve this question. Okay, and let me move to the previous page. Okay, so if I'm going to use so let me note it here, half AB sine angle C. Okay, so this formula is used according to this. So it says if you have this angle C, okay, and then this is your A and this is your B, so which means the angle C is sandwiched by the side A and then side B, and it has to be, okay, it has to be, okay. And if you don't ask me why, okay, and this is the formula. The formula says if you want to use this formula, okay, the angle C here must be sandwiched by your side A and your side B. Okay, so now let's look at this question. So I have the angle here, 60, right? So this is clearly my side what? This is my side A, and then this is my, so let me use a highlighter. So let me use a highlighter now. So this is my angle 60, right? So, and this angle is sandwiched by what? This angle is sandwiched by AB and AC. Good. I can start to use the formula above, right? So the formula says if I want to use the formula, the angle C here must be sandwiched by side A and side B. And in this case, the angle 60, this angle BAC is what? Is actually sandwiched by what? By BA and CA, right? So actually I can use the formula, the area of triangle formula, area of triangle formula above here. So the formula is half times a. Which one is my a? BA is my a in this case. So square root 3 plus 1. And then which one is my c? I mean, which one is my b? AC, right? Or CA, right? Which I need to find. And then I just need to times sine 60. The angle is 60, right? So I can actually equate this to my area, which is given, right? Because it says what? The triangle ABC and its area is this, right? So actually I can equate it to this 1/4 9 plus square root 3. Okay, so I've run out of space, so let me use another slide. And let me use another slide. And I'm going to copy what I have written here. So I'm going to copy this whole thing. Okay, I'm going to copy this whole thing to here. So it's half times square root 3, 1 plus, okay, square root 3 plus 1 bracket times AC, then sine 60 equals to 1/4. Let me double check. Okay, bracket 9 plus square root 3. Plus square root 3. Okay, so if you can punch your calculator, your this sine 60 is actually equals to square root 3 over 2. Okay, in this case, you shouldn't use the 0.88. You shouldn't use the decimal. You shouldn't use the decimal number value for this sine 60. Okay, the reason is the question says you cannot use calculator, and you must be wondering, how do I get sine 60 degree is square root 3 over 2, right? So what I do is actually I use this. So if this is 60 degree, okay, so this is, if this is 1, and then what, this is 2, and this is square root 3, right? And then if I use to ka so, okay, so this is a concept under trigonometry, okay, which you need to learn. Yeah, so clearly here I'm going to use what? So they ask for sine 60, so I need to use so, right? Because they want sine 60. So for so is opposite over hypotenuse, right? Because OH, right? Can you see? Okay, so in this case, which one is your opposite? 60, opposite is square root 3, right? Then which one is your hypotenuse? 2 is your hypotenuse, right? Okay, so that's the reason why your this sine 60 is actually square root 3 over 2. Okay, good. So I'm going to use another slide. So let me continue. Let me erase this before I continue. Okay, good. So this is my AC, which I need to find, and let me not simplify it first. Times 1/4 9 plus square root 3. Okay, so now you have your left hand side, and then you have your right hand side, right? So what you can do is you can actually times 4 on both sides, so that what? So that you can get rid of this 1/4 here, right? So you end up with this, because you times 4 on the right, and then if you times 4 on the right, you have to times 4 on the left. So what do you get here? You get 2. So just copy it down, and then you can see this 2 and this 2, you can actually cancel each other, right? So basically you end up with what? You end up with this. So I just rearrange this. I just rearrange it. So I just put it here, and then put it here. Okay, I have not changed the value, I just rearrange the position. Okay, because it's times. Okay, so my right hand side, just copy it once again, and I need one more slide. Okay, so let me erase it. Okay, so let me copy this. Square root 3 plus 1 bracket 3 AC equal to 9 plus square root 3. Let me double check. Okay, yep. So I want to get this one over to this slide. Okay, yeah, so you can continue. So what I need to do here is I need to open the brackets. So square root 3, I get 3, and then I get square root 3, and then I get my AC equals to 9 plus square root 3, and clearly my AC is actually equals to 9 plus square root 3 divided by this. Okay, so when you get this, and what you need to do is the question says what? Let me look at the question first. The question says you need to express it in this form: a plus b square root 3. So you need to express it in this form, a plus b square root 3 form. So this means you need to learn about how to do rationalization. So you need to learn how to do rationalization. Okay, so it means you need to rationalize the denominator. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Okay, let me get another slide. So I need to rationalize the denominator. So there are two ways you can rationalize the denominator. You can either times 3 plus square root 3, and you realize it doesn't work. Okay, let me show you. So if you times this one, so fraction times fraction, it means top times top, it means top times top, and then bottom times bottom, right? And then you will realize your denominator, you will end up with what? You will end up with this. And then this will give you what? This will give you 9, and then this. Okay? And this is not what you want, right? Because this is not rationalized yet. Okay? This is not rationalized yet. Okay? You don't want to have this. You don't want to have 12 plus 6 square root 3. Okay? So therefore you cannot times this. Okay? You cannot times this. Okay? And what you can actually do is this. If you cannot times itself, you can actually try what? You can actually try minus. Okay? You can actually try minus. So what do you end up with if you times this term instead? So the denominator you should get, yeah, always remember this: a square minus b square is equal to a plus b bracket a minus b, and this is clearly this part. Can you see? So you should get a square minus b square, so you should get 3 square minus square root 3 square, and this will give you what? This will give you, so on top, just copy it down first. Okay, so you end up with what? So denominator, you get 3 squared is 9 minus 3, which is 6. Yeah, this is what you want. Okay, so next, on top, what you need to do is you need to open the bracket, but I don't have enough space, so let me get to another page. Before I get to another page, I need to erase this. So let me copy it down, so I should have this. So I get 6, or rather I do it vertically. So I get 6, and then here I just need to times 3, 9, 27 minus 9 to the power 3 bracket, and then what? And then I get 3 square root 3, because I need to do this as well, and minus 3, right? Okay, good. So I'm going to simplify similar term. So these are the similar term, right? The one without square root 3, 27 minus 3, what do you get? 24. And then minus 9 square root 3 plus 3 square root 3, you get minus 6 square root 3. And then you end up with, so for the numerator, you can actually take out 6. Right? So this is your final answer. And you have already expressed it in this format. Okay? That's what the question wants. So next. So the next question is an expression in cm square. So for this bc square in the form, so basically they want bc square, right? They want bc square. So let's go back to this question. So you have found your this AC already, which is let me see. This is your, okay. So this is your AC. 4 minus square root 3. So 4 minus square root 3. So this is your 4 minus square root 3. So how do you find BC square? Okay, you need to use Pythagoras Theorem, right? So let me use Pythagoras Theorem here. So Pythagoras Theorem says if you have a right angle triangle, right, you have A, B, C. So Pythagoras Theorem says A square plus B square is equal to C square. So in this case, your hypotenuse, which is your C, your hypotenuse is this. So therefore, this is 4 minus square root 3 square is equal to A. Which one is your A? This is your A, okay? So, which is the base. And then which one is your B? BC is your B, so it's BC square. Okay, so BC square is equal to 4 minus square root 3 square minus, right? Minus square root 3 plus 1 square. So your job is to simplify this. Okay, so let me use another slide to figure this out. So before I figure this out, I need to erase this, and let me copy this back. So I have so it seems like I need to duplicate this slide and then drag it to this so that I can see it. So my BC square is equal to 4 minus square root 3 square minus square root 3 plus 1 square. Okay, so when it comes to opening a bracket here, right, you need to use these two formulas. Okay, you need to be very good with these two formulas. So this will give you this. Okay, by the way, this is your A, and then this will give you minus 2AB plus B square. Okay, so let me start. Okay, so these are the two formulas you need to memorize. So I will do this first. I will get 4 square, which is 16, and then minus 2 times 4 times square root 3, which is 8 square root 3, and then plus square root 3 square, which is 3. Okay, and then this part is square root 3 square is 3, plus 2 times 1 times square root 3, then plus 1. Okay, and now I need to open the bracket. So how do you open the bracket? Minus 3 minus plus is minus, minus plus is minus. So when it comes to this, there is a very good habit you should adopt is highlight the term with square root 3. Okay, and then what you need to do is underline similar terms. Okay, so 16 plus 3 minus 3, so this plus 3 and minus 3, they cancel each other, so you end up with 16 minus 1, which is 15, and you have minus 8 square root 3 minus 2 square root 3 is minus 10 square root 3. Okay, so that is your value for BC squared. Okay, let's take a look at the question and see if so an expression in the form C plus D square root 3. Yeah, so they want you to express it in this manner. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, so yes, okay, so let's look at the solution. So first thing first, you need to be able to know this, to apply this area of triangle formula. Okay, that is the one key concept here. And next is you need to be able to see that sine 60 is square root 3 divided by 2. Okay, by using what? By using this Tokaso in this case. And then next, you need to be able to do rationalization. You need to be able to do rationalization. Okay, rationalize your denominator. Okay, rationalize the denominator. It means your denominator has to be a rational number. A denominator has to be a rational number. So as long as your denominator is a rational number, you have rationalized your denominator. So I give you some examples of rational number. 2 is a rational number. Half is also a rational number, but square root 3 is not a rational number. Okay, pi is also not a rational number. Okay, so the technique of rationalization. And next, last but not least, you need to also know how to do Pythagoras Theorem, to apply Pythagoras Theorem. And last but not least, you need to memorize this. Okay, you need to memorize these two in order to solve these questions. Okay, so a lot of concepts you need to learn, and a lot of concepts you need to be very good at before you can solve these questions. So it's a 6-mark question. So yeah, 6 marks, almost a grade. Okay, so hopefully you have a good understanding of how to do cert. And if you have any questions, you can actually always contact me at okay, let me get another slide. Okay, so sorry. So let me get one more slide. Okay, which is this. So you can always contact me at this is my Facebook, LUYOUKANG, and remember there is no space here. Okay, just one word. Okay, you can also always call me at this. So this is a Singapore country code, so you can always call me at this. Okay, or WhatsApp me at this. Okay, so yeah, there are many ways you can connect with me, and yeah, hopefully hope to hear from you soon. Okay, bye.